Hello, I work for the Center for Aquatic Sciences at Adventure Aquarium. My name is Isaiah Vicente. How are you doing today?
I'm good, and you?
It's good. I'm doing good as well. Thanks for asking. So, right here, I got a list of questions that I'll be willing to ask you, and if you're willing to answer, that'll be really perfect. Good. All right. So the first question is the hardest one. Like I will fail the test. So, first question is, what's your name? You know,
My name's Bianca Bird.
Bianca. That's a really nice name. So the next question is, do you live in Camden? And if yes, how long?
Yes, I do live in Camden, and I've lived in North Camden for basically all of my life.
Good. I've been living in Camden for around 14 years until we moved out. And living in Camden, tell us a little more about yourself, like your experience. What did you love? What did you not like? And about this beautiful garden here that you work with.
Well, growing up, my mom always had me doing a bunch of like volunteer work around my community. So I've always, everyone's been considered family, and I've always been able to like help get my hands on and just like make Camden beautiful again. Um, the things that I don't love about living in North Camden are, the drugs and the crime. And like I said, since working in a nonprofit organization for my whole life, um, it gets kind of hard to keep going sometimes because it feels like you want to keep Camden clean, you want to make Camden better, but the residents kind of don't. It may seem like the residents kind of don't want to. So yeah, it's kind of hard to keep doing these cleanups and keep offering these big events when no one really wants to help us.
That's a really good answer. I like how you talk about how you want to bring Camden back to its beautiful form. Right here, this garden is the start of it, and it's really, really beautiful. So next question is, about water, because water is really important to us. And how do you utilize water? Like, how has it affected you? How has it benefited you? What can you make use of it?
Well, the first thing when I think of water is this garden, and while I haven't been working at this garden forever, this is actually my first year. Um, a big issue we've been having is water access. So we have this big cistern over here that collects rainwater, the big blue thing back there, and that's what we use to water our plants over here. However, it doesn't rain much in the summer, so we're kind of just going off of that. And if there's no water in that system, then we have to like bring jugs of water from other locations. So yeah, when you ask about water, that's the first thing I think of.
That's a really nice answer. I like how you have the little jug to like recycle water. And the next question for you is, do you know where we get our water from? Like, the water to brush your teeth, to take a shower with. Do you know where we get that from?
I don't.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
Bobby. So we actually get our water from watersheds. So in other words, a watershed is like an area of land where water flows in or to a marked by the water. Like right here is the watershed, just runs off. And we actually get our water from the river. Actually, there's two rivers, Delaware and the Cooper. So since we're in Camden, we mainly get it from the Delaware River, and that can really be beneficial. But Camden runs a combined sewage system, in which like it kind of like the sewage system can be clogged up. Like, have you ever seen water flow into the sewage drain?
Yep.
And there's a lot of trash and it floods. That's
Mhm.
because the combined sewage system is getting trash into it and it can flow into our river. So the next question is, if like you ever been to the river and you looked at it, what are your general thoughts about it? Like, what do you think whenever you go to the river?
Um, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look safe to me. It's pretty. I love going to the waterfront. I love looking out, like at night. But yeah, I wouldn't consider swimming in it or going in it.
Bianca, the other day when we were talking, you actually brought up a very interesting story about how you have been other places. You went to
Oh
Puerto
yeah.
Rico.
So recently, in March, I went to Puerto Rico, and that was like my first time ever going, and it was amazing. And on a lot of islands, the water is very, very clear, very blue, and so it kind of like traumatized me when I came back to Jersey, and I couldn't see my feet in the water. It wasn't clear anymore. So I have a really hard time getting back into the ocean after being in Puerto Rico for a little bit.
Wow, that really sounds really beautiful. I might go to Puerto Rico like next year.
You
Probably see our
should.
water.
It's amazing. I think you should go during the winter.
On the winter.
It's the best.
I might go there. So I like how you brought up the ocean, how that's another important body of water. Like almost every body of water is really important. Ponds, lakes, rivers, oceans. And the next one is like, you say you've been on the river. You got your feet inside of it. Have you ever done any activities on the river, like kayaking, canoeing, or anything like that?
Yeah, I've done a couple paddling trips at Pine Point actually. So yeah, I know how much fun it is. I just don't know if I'll be able to go back. Um, and other than that, not really. I remember when I was younger and I used to play softball for North Canton Little League. Right before our games, I would just like go and sit in front of the water and just like clear my head before the game. And so yeah, I have a couple of personal relationships, but yeah, it's not clean enough for me to consider swimming.
So the next question is like, if you were invited to go to the river, like to go kayaking or something, or to do activities, would you be hesitant or would you be happy to go? Like, yeah, I'll go to there, I'll paddle and stuff.
If we had like, you know, if the water was cleaned a bit more, and if I felt like I could be in there for a long time without worrying about getting sick or like touching something, then maybe. But I think a lot has to change first.
So this is kind of like my last question, or second to last. So if you could access the river at any time, like if you like lived near the river,
Mhm.
which like you kind
Which I
of
do, yeah.
yeah. So like, what would you like to do whenever you go to the river?
Well, I've never gone fishing, but
Okay.
I love the idea of fishing. My grandpa goes fishing all the time, but he says I talk too much, so I can't go sit with him. Um, but yeah, if I were able to go fishing, I would, and I have to like be quiet. um, and I also just like a place to hang out. I remember Linda was telling me about the idea of having like a little like a hideout sort of place. I think that would be cool.
So that's a nice answer. I tried to go fishing with my brother once, and I think I lost his fishing rod before. I like
Oh
dropped
no.
it. He was holding in like his tears, but I was like, I'm a kid. I'm a kid. It's okay. So yeah, Bianca, those are really, really great answers, and I'd like to say thank you for coming down and actually be willing to answer these questions.
No problem.
And I hope you have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.